Hey beauty babes, welcome to my channel. I'm Maria, aka Agape Love Girl. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I'm so excited because I am doing a collaboration with my friend here on YouTube, Heather Austin. Heather Austin is the absolute sweetest. I just adore her so much. We have collabed in the past and I'm so excited to be collabing with her again. So as you can tell from the title of this video, this is a face-off challenge. This is something I've done on my channel several times in the past, but it's been quite a long time since I've done a face-off, and I love doing the face-off challenge. Now, if you are new here, first of all, if you are new here, welcome. Thank you. If you're joining me from Heather's channel, hello, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoy my channel. Please do feel free to introduce yourself. I'd love to get to know more about you, but if you are new to the face-off challenge, this is basically like a palette bingo, except for it's two people using the same exact shades. This is a challenge that was created by another YouTuber, Danielle Schmidt. I always link her channel in the description box whenever I do these types of videos because this was her idea and I just love it so much. But like I said, it's kind of like a palette bingo. We choose a palette that both of us have and 5 shades are randomly selected, and then we each create a look with those same 5 shades. The reason why I love this so much is because you know, there's always the fun factor of a palette bingo where there's random shades selected, so you have to really get creative to use shades that you might not have put together yourself. And additionally, I think it's fun because when you're doing a face-off, you have 2 people using the exact same shades. You get to see 2 styles of makeup and 2 different looks with the same shades. Every time I've done this, I think with the exception of one time there was a look that was very similar, but every time I've done this kind of face-off challenge, each look has been very different. So I just think it's really neat to be able to see the creativity that can be done with the same 5 shadows. So with that being said, the palette we decided to use is the Game of Thrones palette from Urban Decay. Now I know this is a major favorite of Heather's. This is a palette that I enjoy. I do have another video on my channel. When this first came out, I did a full video on it. So if you want to see that, I've got 2 different looks in there, swatches and things like that. And I also have some content on my Instagram with some photos and mini videos and things like that. I'll have all those things listed in the description box. If you want to see more content with this palette, you can check out those links. So before I do get into it, I'm going to let you guys know which shades we got. I did use a random number generator and just randomly selected 5 shades. I was actually really excited because there was one color at least from each house, so I thought that was really cool. So one of the shades we got was Frozen North here, and I'm just going to swatch them for you so you guys will be able to see the color story. And then we had Weirwood Leaves here. And then we ended up with these 2 mattes right here, House Lannister and then Lannister Red. And lastly, we ended up with Bend the Knee, which is a beautiful duochrome, kind of like a purpley blue pink duochrome shade. So this is our color story, the colors that we absolutely have to use for this collab. We can bring in additional shadows into the look, but the rules are we have to at least use all 5 of the shadows for our look today. So it's a really beautiful color story, very cohesive, and I actually played around with these shadows a couple of times and created a couple different looks. So there were a few options I considered doing for my look, but today's look I think I'm going to take it in a little bit of a different direction. It'll be kind of simple with maybe a little bit of a twist, so I really hope you guys enjoy it. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. So as you can tell, I do already have my brows done. I did clean them up with a little bit of concealer, which I did bring down on my lids a little bit just because I do deal with some dark circles and I like to have a little bit of coverage there. But I'm going to go ahead and go in with the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. And then because I do plan to do a winged liner for this look, I'm going to be using my Shadow Shield. I have been loving these lately so much. They really help me to achieve like a more even and perfect winged liner. So I'm just going to take one of them and fold it in half and cut it, and then place one of each half on the outer corners of my eyes like this. So I'm going to start off first with a big fluffy blending brush. I'm going to go into the shade House Lannister, and I'm going to start by putting that into my kind of crease and transition area, and I'll probably try to like slightly wing this shadow out just a little bit. I'm not going to be too precise. Now I'm super excited for this collab because I can't wait to see what look Heather comes up with. I kind of have a feeling, and I'm actually really kind of hopeful, that she will use that blue shade, Frozen North. It's such a beautiful, sparkly, stunning shade that I kind of feel like should be center stage for this look. but for some reason I just have a feeling that that will be what Heather does. So I think it's not going to be the main focus of my look today. So I really hope that she does use that as the main shade because it's so stunning. And also I think she just looks really beautiful in blues as well as green shades. So anyways, I'm kind of banking on the fact that I think she'll choose that as the star of the show for her look. So it should be interesting. I will laugh if she ends up using the other shade as the main shade. So anyways, then I'm going to go in with kind of a smaller blending brush. It's almost like a pencil brush, but it's a little bit more fluffy and blendy. This is from Morphe. It's the M507, and I'm going to go into the shade Lannister Red. And for this, I'm going to be taking it lower in my crease. I think focusing on the inner and outer corners of my eyes. I thought about doing a halo eye for this look, but I think I'm not gonna do that today. I was really considering it, but I don't think that's what I'm going to do. There's just actually, because this color story is actually really cohesive, I think. It's a really beautiful color story, so I feel like there's just a lot of different things you could do with the colors that we got, which I feel like is a little bit unusual. A lot of times when I do these face-off challenges, I feel like there's only, like I look at the set of colors and I'm like, I don't know what to do. There's only one thing I could think of to do with these. But with these colors, I just thought, oh, there's a few different things. I had a few different ideas. And like I said, a halo eye was one of them, but I think that's not quite what I'm gonna do today. But ooh, isn't that pretty? I just love this. I've said this before in other videos, but like when you have like a lighter color in the crease and then you go and deepen it up with a little bit of a darker color in relatively the same like color family, it just looks so pretty. Anyways, I'm just gonna kind of softly start blending that a little bit higher in the crease. But as you can see, I got a lot more of the focus of that color on the inner and outer corner of my eyes. And I'm just gonna blend this way a little bit so we have that little bit of a winging out, but not too much with this color. So with this color story, it is kind of interesting because you have these more pinky red tones for the mattes, and then Weirwood Leaves is this beautiful like burgundy. So it's more of a purpley color, but pairs well with these kind of red matte shades. But since it is purple, it kind of goes well with the blue. And then the shade Bend the Knee is that duochrome that's kind of purpley pink blue. So there's just a few different ways I felt like you can tie these colors together. So like I said, I'm really excited to see what Heather ends up coming up with. Alright, now with that color placed down and blended as much as I could, I am going to go back in with that bigger fluffy blending brush just to do a little additional blending to really soften the edges and kind of like sweep it out here this way. So it's really like a soft blend. I know that yesterday Heather filmed her look and she messaged me and showed me her thumbnail, but of course her eyes are blocked out, and so I was so tempted to be like, which shade did you use? But part of the fun of doing this collab is the surprise, not only for you guys to see what looks we come up with, but I think for us as creators, like I don't know what she's doing, she doesn't know what I'm doing, and that's what's so fun about this and exciting, I think, is to like find out like what she did with these colors. But I was tempted to be like, did you use the blue as the main shade? Because I want to know. It'll be a fun surprise. I just can't wait to watch her video. Alright, next up I'm going to go into the shade Weirwood Leaves, and I'm going to take that on this flat packing brush. This is a synthetic brush. It's from Royal & Langnickel. It's their BX80 brush. It's a really great brush to use with metallic shadows. And I'm going to place this all over the majority of my lid, but really mostly focusing on the center. So this is almost like a halo eye, but not quite. If I were doing a halo eye and I thought about doing this, I was going to place Bend the Knee right at the center for that center pop, that like spotlight halo eye. But I don't know, I just wanted to keep it a little bit more simple. So I decided just to do it this way instead. But there's so many options, like I said, you can do. If you wanted to do a halo eye, you could definitely add Bend the Knee right to the center here after placing this down, or leave some space for it, and it would be so pretty. I did attempt that as I was playing around with these colors in preparation for this video. But I really think that this kind of simpler look and simpler idea with a little fun twist will be a little bit better, I think. I don't know. Okay, now because I don't want to lose too much of that red shade we had, Lannister Red, I'm just going to go back in just a little bit and bring it to the inner and outer corners of my eyes. This won't be too much of a noticeable difference, but it's just going to keep a little bit of depth there. Also, I'm a little bit frustrated because look, I accidentally brought this up a little bit too high, so now it looks kind of like a cone. It's like a little triangle in my eyes. I'm gonna see if I can kind of fix that on that side. That was a little whoopsie moment. See if I could try to like blend it down. There's actually something so pretty about blending a red like this with that purpley color of Werewood Leaves, because that's when it brings it from like a burgundy shade to more of a maroon type of shade. So pretty. So I'm just gonna kind of wipe that brush off. I have a little dirty eyeshadow towel here. Well, it's not dirty, I washed it, just stained dirty. They like to keep in my lap when I'm doing my makeup so I can easily kind of wipe off my brushes, but I'm just gonna take that same brush kind of cleaned off and try to see if I can blend this down a little bit, because otherwise I might have to bring the shadows up a little bit higher, and I wasn't necessarily trying to do that. But it is what it is, you know? I may just have to like bring it up on this side a little bit to match it. Okay, I think I fixed it a little bit, but this is looking really smoky and pretty, which I really like, because when I was practicing some looks for this and I did a halo eye, I liked it, but there's just something so pretty about this smoky or dark look, so I'm glad I decided to go in this direction. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and move into doing a winged liner. For that, I'm going to be using the Urban Decay Perversion Waterproof Fine Point Eye Pen. And I probably won't talk much through this because I need to kind of focus, but I'm just going to be using these shadow shields to really help me achieve a very symmetrical, clean winged liner. And once your winged liner is done, then comes the satisfying part of pulling away these shadow shields to reveal your pretty much perfect winged liner. So now I just like to double check it. Sometimes you may have to clean up just a smidge or even them out, but I think these turned out pretty good. And actually, I kind of feel like maybe I should have kept it on, those shadow shields on, because the whole point of shadow shields, their original intent is to catch shadow from falling out. Now I purposely did not do the rest of my face first, because the blue shadow does have a lot of fallout, even if you are very careful, because it's just so sparkly, so a lot falls out, and then when you go to clean it up, it's kind of a bit of a mess. So I kind of probably should have kept those on, because what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use that shade Frozen North and kind of try to stamp and apply it over my winged liner. So I essentially have this kind of sparkly blue winged liner. So that's what I'm going to try to do, and if I maybe need to, I might stick these shadow shields back on under my eyes. I don't know. But anyways, I'm going to go into that with this very small angled liner brush, and this is from Beauty Junkies. It's their Pro Precision eyeliner, and I'm just going to be dipping into the shade Frozen North and kind of stamping it over my liner. Ooh, that already looks so pretty. I'm gonna have to zoom you guys in to make sure you guys can see this. And I'm so sorry for not zooming in sooner. Usually I like to zoom in a little bit closer whenever I do makeup tutorials and things like that, but I kind of just forgot today as I was chatting. When I do chattier videos, I tend to like to be zoomed out a little bit so you could see more of my face. And since this is not necessarily how I would do a typical tutorial, I kind of just wasn't in that mindset. But anyways, here you are now. Okay, and this is actually applying really nicely, kind of sticking to that liner with not as much fallout, but a little bit. So I'm trying to be very careful. Ooh. It looks really pretty. So this is that fun little twist I was telling you about. So keeping it simple with a little smoky eye, and then adding this blue to the liner, I think is gonna make for a fun look. I may need to clean that up just a little bit. So here's what that is looking like up close. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the other eye and kind of just speed through that. All right, here's what we got going on so far. Wings are done. I really like the way it looks and it turned out so far. I did go ahead and kind of clean up some of that fallout off camera. I'm going to move on to the lower lash line. For that, I'm going to be using the shade Lannister Red. I'm going to try to blend that close to my lower lash line, but I'm still using this kind of fluffier brush, so I know it's going to kind of smoke out a bit. I actually don't mind a smoky lower lash line. I think it looks really, really pretty. Alright, and then I am going to go ahead and soften it up with House Lannister with this big fluffy brush. This will smoke it out a little bit more, but it'll soften it up. And of course, once I do the rest of my face, this will soften up a little bit too. It always gets cleaned up once I add my concealer and things like that, so. Alright, and with my lower lash line done, it's time to move on to the final shade that we got, and that is Bend the Knee. This may be a little bit predictable, but it is what it is. So I'm going to go ahead and use that for my inner corner highlight. So I'm going to take that on a very small synthetic brush. This one is from Morphe. It's the M562, and place that on my inner corner. This is a really beautiful shade. I really wish I could have done something a little bit more, I don't know, substantial with this shade, made it a little bit more of the focus. That's why I'd really consider doing a halo eye with it, because it's so pretty, but I like the way this look turned out. I'm curious to know what you guys think of it and what you guys would have done with this group of shadows. That shade just really brightens it up, doesn't it? It goes from this smoky look to this like pop right here. So pretty. I love it. Okay, so that's it for the shadows. I'm going to go ahead and put a fun pop of color in my waterline, and I thought I would grab the Game of Thrones eye pencil, and this is in the shade The Night King, which is a sparkly turquoise blue, very similar to the Frozen North shade that we used for this look. Alright, so there you have it. That is the eyes done. I am going to go ahead and do the rest of my face off camera, but I will be back to do highlight and a lipstick with you guys. Alright guys, I am back with my face mostly complete. I did decide to go ahead and throw on some lashes with this look. So if you're curious, I am using the PUR Cosmetics Socialite Lashes. I did take some footage of my look without falsies, so if you are someone who doesn't wear falsies and want to see what this might look like with just mascara, I'll insert that footage here so you guys can see what the look like with natural lashes. I'm not someone who thinks you absolutely have to wear falsies. I just really like to wear them. So anyways, as I said, I wanted to come back and do highlighter and lipstick with you guys, because Heather had reached out and asked if I also had the Game of Thrones highlighter palette as well, and I did. And she said she was going to use it, so I thought it would be fun for me to use it. And as well, I do also have the Game of Thrones lipstick, so I thought I'd use one of those lipsticks as well to keep this look fully Game of Thrones cohesive. But really quick, we're going to take a little puppy break. Well, not a puppy, but a doggy break, because my dog came in here while I was finishing up the rest of my makeup, and she's been waiting at my feet for me to pick her up and give her some attention. So I thought, come on, Lucy. I thought I would give her a little feature on my channel. You guys seem to love when she makes an appearance on my channel. Lucy, hi. Oh, hi, sweet girl. Come here. Lucy girl, look at her sweet little tail wagging. She is seriously the sweetest, but she is such a needy dog. She just always has to be the center of attention, always wants my attention, always sits right in front of me, just waiting for me to call her up into my lap. She just loves to be pet and just cannot get enough. It's absolutely ridiculous, honestly, but look at her sweet little face. Sometimes she can be good and sit in my lap while I'm doing things. I'm going to see if she'll be able to do that here, but let's see. You want to stay in my lap, Liz? I'll see if she can manage to sit in my lap without being too much of a distraction to me. But it's funny because anytime I move my hands, she's always like, where's your hands? They should be petting me. Huh, because you are so needy. Okay, anyway, so moving on, like I said, I do have the highlighter palette. And so this does, oh, loose. You might have to get down. As you guys may already know, that has 3 shades, and I thought it'd be fun to use the pink shade Drogon for this look, since it is very purpley blue pink. So we're gonna do that. Oh, you getting, oh, I think she managed to find a little spot she can lay without falling off. So I'm gonna go ahead and use that shade. It's been a while actually since I've used these highlighters, so I'm kind of excited to be pulling them back out. I love, even though this is a pink shade, it's not too pink. It's quite sheer and just has like a hint of pink. It's really pretty. Ooh, I love it. Now I'm kind of like unsure which lipstick I'm gonna do, because there's 2 of them that are really like deep shades, like the red, and then there's like a burgundy shade. And Sansa Stark was my favorite for the longest time. I had carried that in my purse for quite a bit. after I'd gotten it because it was like my go-to shade to wear, but we'll see. I think that looks really pretty. Oh, I love it. Alright, so here are the 4 lipsticks that I have. I just love the packaging of these. They're so pretty. So, as a reminder, we have Cersei Lannister. And this one I never got much use out of because it's such an interesting color that's really not my thing. So it's like this metallic bronzy color. That might actually... I don't know. So there's that one, and then this one's gorgeous. This one I think might pair the best with this look just because it's kind of similar colors, but it'll be like a dark lip and a dark eye. But anyways, White Walker is this gorgeous burgundy shade, so that would do really well. Oh my gosh, you know what would actually be fun? What if I have Lucy pick my lipstick? I've always heard of people doing the like, my dog picks my makeup or whatever, and I've never thought about doing that, but that just popped in my head with her sitting on my lap. Maybe I'll just film a little clip of her picking my lipstick and she can choose. So then there is Sansa Stark, which this one, like I said, was my favorite for the longest time. I used so much of it, I don't know if you could tell, but this one's a little bit more of a nudie peach color. So there's that. And then lastly is Daenerys Targaryen, which is a red shade. So, and this is a metallized red shade, so it's a metallic red. I kind of feel like any one of these shades would work, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can film Lucy picking out the shade. That might be fun. Okay, I went into a different room, but I got the lipsticks down here and I have Lucy right here. I'm gonna set her down and we're gonna see which lipstick shade she goes to. All right, so let's put her down. Let's see which one she goes to. Which one, Lucy? Which one? Oh. Okay, that didn't quite go, but I think she went to, yeah, that's the one she went to first. I don't know if that's because I pointed to it, but that was the first one she went to. I think that one is Daenerys Targaryen. Lucy, which lipstick? Which one? Go get it. Go get it. Oh my gosh, she's so funny. Lucy. Lucy. Look at her little face when I ask her for a treat. Watch. Oh, she knows the word. Look at her. Lucy. Lucy, you want a treat? You want a treat? Yeah, you're such a good girl for picking out my lipstick. You want a treat? I love her little face. Lucy. Come here, Lucy. 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 You want a treat? Good girl. Good girl. She automatically sits because she knows that she has to sit for a treat. So anyways, we're going to go give her a treat, and I guess I'm going to use the red lipstick for today's look. Alright, well that was a fun little experiment. I feel like she just gets so excited about any kind of attention. Like she was just like all over the place knocking the lipsticks. That is too funny. She was definitely excited for a TREAT. I won't say it again because I don't want to tease her, but she's right at my feet again. If I say it, she expects to have it, so. But I love her cute little face when you say the word, and she just, her ears perk up and she instantly sits because she knows that she has to sit. It's the sweetest thing. Anyway, she did end up going to this one twice, Daenerys Targaryen, so that's going to be the lipstick that I use today. Not quite sure if it'll be a great match, but we're gonna use it. Okay, ooh, now that it's on, I actually really like it for this look. It's really pretty because it's like such a bright red, and it kind of like, I don't know, balances out the rich smoky look of the kind of red tones, red and purpley tones up here. So I like the look. This is the final look. I'm gonna go ahead and insert some up close clips of the look so you can get a better idea of the details and the colors and things like that. But yeah, that wraps it up for this look. I had so much fun doing this video and this challenge, and honestly pulling this palette back out. This is a palette I just really loved so much when I was playing with it and when I had first gotten it. I was using it quite a bit, but it got put aside for quite a while as I was testing new products and things like that, so I really enjoyed being able to pull it back out and do this fun collab with Heather. And I hope you guys feel inspired to, if you have this palette, pull it back out and start using it again, or just be inspired to use more products from your collection that you already have. Show some old goodies some new love, I guess we should say. But anyways, like I said, I had so much fun doing this collab with Heather, and I am so excited to see what look she creates. So with that being said, I do encourage you guys to also consider heading on over to Heather's channel. I will have her video and channel linked in my description box, so if you're not subscribed to her already, definitely head on over to her channel and check out this video, show her some love from Agape Love Girl, and consider subscribing. I think you guys are gonna love her. She is just the sweetest and just so much fun to watch and just so bubbly, and I just enjoy her so much. I think you guys would too. And if you are here from Heather's channel, I just want to say once again, thank you so much. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you are interested to stick around, I will put a few videos on the screen for you guys to possibly check out if you are interested. But anyways, with all that being said, I just want to thank you so much for watching, and until next time, much love and hugs to you. Bye, beauty babes. Mwah.